Hello guys and welcome to part 1 of this CSGO tutorial series. Today I'm going to show you how to configure your game. This is good whether you are new or have been playing for a while and just haven't done this yet. I'm going to go over the most important things because most others are personal preference, and if I forget something, I'm going to put it in the description. Okay, let's start. You can access your settings by clicking this gear here, settings menu, go into video. I'm going to reset it to default, so this is how it's going to look when you just started up the game. First thing you're going to want to do is change the display mode to full screen. This is going to increase your FPS a little bit and is just better for optimization. Your resolution is a matter of personal preference, but I would recommend if you are on a lower rig PC to lower this to one of these resolutions. Just check it out. If you want to see what FPS you're going to get in game, press Shift and Tab at the same time. This will open the Steam overlay. Click Settings, In-Game, and then in-game FPS counter over here, and then you're going to want to change this to whatever top left, top right, whatever you want, and I prefer the high contrast color. Click OK, escape, and then you will get this FPS counter right here, which will, and while you're playing in-game, like competitive, see what that number is. If it's below, like around 100, 150, I would recommend over 150. The higher the better, obviously. Then I would recommend lowering your resolution here. And if you're getting above, then you might want to consider increasing your resolution. Alright, so everything else here is about okay, it's already fine. The only other things that you're going to want to change is this anti-aliasing. You're going to want to disable this, fast approximate anti-aliasing. And you're going to want to change this to around 4 and 2, especially if you are on native like I am. Just tinker around with it, see what works for you. Texture streaming, you're also going to want to probably enable this. Again, this is going to depend on your rig, but I found that enabling this works for me. And also everything else here is going to just change how graphics looks in game and the skins in game. So just tinker around with this. If you're willing to make the game look a little worse, it's still going to look great or like good. Then you might want to lower this to increase some FPS. But other than that, everything else here should be fine. Okay. So if we go to audio now, I muted my master in-game so I can talk to you guys. In the audio settings, it's going to start off 100. This is going to be ear blasting. You're going to want to lower this immediately as soon as you launch the game for the first time. And this is the audio settings I have chosen for myself. You can obviously tinker with these, but I would recommend having something around like this. Again, don't be afraid to tinker with it depending on your headphones and what's priority for you. The only thing that I would highly recommend is having the bomb hostage volume to some time and the 10-second warning value, which is also very important, so you can know if there's 10 seconds left of the bomb and whether you need to run away or not. And other than that, everything else here is totally fine. Let's go on to the game here. Let's see here. So another thing you're going to want to do in game that is 100% necessary is this here, enable game instructor messages. You're going to want to turn this off. This gets very annoying, especially if you've been playing for a little while. If you're brand new, you might want to keep this on for a little bit, but honestly, I would recommend just turning this off. Ping, I would recommend lowering this to maybe 100, maybe 125. Also, this depends on your internet. If you're willing to wait longer for games but get better ping, you might want to lower this. If you're not willing to wait, turn this up. Neighbor double over console, you're going to want to 100% turn this on always. This is going to help you create commands. So if you click the button under escape on your keyboard, you're going to get this console, and this is going to help you a lot with more advanced stuff. Just keep this on. It's very important to have this on. Another thing that you're going to want to do here is, where is it? Open buy menu with use key. You're going to want to also turn this off. Use key is by default E. And if you want to pick up a weapon, like let's say someone drops you and you press E to pick it up, it's going to open your buy menu, which is really annoying. So just turn this off and just open buy menu with B like it's supposed to be. Trust me, it's going to save you a big headache. Keyboard and mouse, again, most of this is personal preference. The thing I would recommend for new players and just honestly for everyone, if your desk space is normal size in the sense that you can put your fingertips to your elbow and have that big of a mouse pad, free space of your mouse, I would recommend not going over the sense like 1500 EDPI. What is EDPI? EDPI is your effective DPI. So if you have raw input on, which you definitely should, it will take the DPI of your mouse. Let's say you have the Logitech hub and your DPI is 500, and let's say this is set to 2, your eDPI will be 1000. It will take the DPI of the mouse, so 500, and multiply it by this number, so 2, which will be 1000. And you're gonna want to make sure that the product of these two numbers doesn't go over around like 1300, depending on your desk space, and doesn't go lower than, I would say, like 500, 600. I would say the perfect eDPI is somewhere in between 700, 900, 1000. If you go, obviously you can tinker around with it, but especially if you're new to the game, try to get in the habit of playing with lower FPS, especially if you have the desk space for it. You know, if you don't have a lot of desk space, like you're really cramped, you're gonna obviously have to increase your eDPI, but this is what I would recommend for almost all players, and especially new players. Everything here is fine. Let's see here. You're also gonna wanna do this command radio message. You're gonna want to bind this to Z, because this is important for in game when you want to tell the bot to stay in spawn. You trust me, you're gonna need this later. You press Z and 4, and you're also gonna wanna have here. Where is it? Sorry. Oh, here we go. Use mic. You're gonna want to bind this to probably the side button of your mouse, but that's what I use, and I think that's just the best to help with communication. If you have a side button on your mouse, if you don't, just find the key that works for you. But K, I think, is just way too far away, so you're definitely going to want to change this. And temporary disable incoming chat. By default, this is not going to be bound, and I bound it to 9 because if you're in a clutch situation like a 1v2, 1v3, and your teammates are talking too much, you can click 9. It'll mute everything, and then as soon as you die, it's going to unmute. So this is very useful in those types of situations. And that's pretty much it, actually. So if you guys have any, if I forget anything, I'm going to leave it in the description. Just good luck for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy CSGO, and peace.